Well, switching gears a little bit and heading back home, if you're going shopping for holiday presents, make sure to support local businesses because celebrating Small Business Saturday is here. It's today. Here with us to talk about small businesses in the New Orleans area and the importance they have on our economy is New Orleans Business Alliance CEO Quentin Messer. You're almost a regular on our program, but I think it's important that we do support local businesses, especially in a place like New Orleans.
You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's a great weekend to support small businesses. There's actually going to be a small business second line on St. Claude Avenue. We have the Bayou Classic. We also have a Saints home game. So a lot of small businesses setting up stands. So this is a tremendous opportunity to invest those dollars here at home.
And there's been actually a national marketing push. I've seen the advertisements to get people to shop local. Do you think that's enhancing what you're doing? Because I haven't seen that in years past.
No, I think it does. Because I think it's just awareness when you have companies like American Express and others who are saying buy local, invest in your small businesses. It matters. Every little bit helps.
Do you advise local businesses to have some hot deals and things like that in addition to what they're typically selling to compete with, like these Black Friday deals and stores opening on Thanksgiving?
No, I think that's a great idea. I think that anything that you can do to make your business attractive for the customer, certainly I would recommend.
Mm-hmm. So for you, you're always grooming businesses and trying to market businesses and advertise to get them to come here. What are you looking forward into 2017? What's new? What's next for New Orleans?
That's a great question. I think there are a couple of things. First, I think we're going to continue to see a great momentum with software development. We have a number of deals that we can't really discuss right now in the pipeline where you're going to really see, hopefully, some announcements come forth. On the retail side, there's still a couple of categories for national retailers that we hope to draw. And then last, I think that with the VA now open, I think you're going to begin to see that whole biomedical corridor take off.
I think that is completely untapped. There are so many empty storefronts, and so I'm excited to see that because there'll be more people. Of course, you have some obstacles to overcome in terms of the construction and the homeless issue, but hopefully with more businesses, you'll have more security and we'll have more people, which means more money coming into the Crescent City.
No, you're absolutely right. Retail follows rooftops, and I think as people continue to come back to New Orleans, I think we're going to see the growth of retail as a consequence.
As we head into the upcoming year also, we have to look ahead into the next fiscal year. Do you see that the legislators are going to be giving any sort of tax incentives to these businesses? Are you lobbying them for that? Because that is a huge part of companies coming to Louisiana.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm unsure at this stage whether you'll see new incentives, but I think that there are a couple of incentives, whether it's a digital media and software development tax incentive, the motion picture investor incentive, the angel investor incentives that are important not only for the entire state, but particularly New Orleans. We'll certainly do our best to continue to educate our legislators and defend those because we think those are crucial to growing the economy here in New Orleans and elsewhere.
And tell me any projects that you have on the horizon that you can talk about. I know a lot of stuff is kind of top secret, but maybe along the Canal Corridor or maybe in New Orleans East. I know that's an area that's really suffered since Katrina.
Yeah, and I think the East is certainly coming back. You see the great progress with New Orleans hamburger and seafood. They have standing room only crowds. I would say over the next 6 to 9 months, I think you're going to see some really interesting and exciting developments in New Orleans East. We're constantly working on things in Algiers as well as Gentilly. The good news, and the one thing I want to stress to everyone here in New Orleans, we need to support each other. We had a great event with GNO Inc. and 504 NOLABA, where we had young people, frequently many who here to visit their families, who decided to come back and spend dollars and look at opportunities here in New Orleans.
All right, well, Shop Local Saturday, we'll do it. Thanks, Quentin.
Indeed, in fact, I have to shout out my colleague Ken Weatherup, fit to be tied. He's the provider of the bow tie and the pocket square.
Very good. And we're color coordinated today, so even better.
Indeed.
Right. Thanks, Quentin.
She looks better than I do.
Well, I'll take it. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.